Good morning everyone, and welcome to the finale video for the exercise challenge. So this actually will probably be like a really quick recap because this challenge really and truly focused on whether or not this was something that was easy to do and something that was effective, and not necessarily on the other aspects of the challenge that I normally would focus on. So let's do the first couple really quickly. Quantity of food, I gave this 5 stars because this challenge was all about me telling you guys about the foods that I really enjoy eating, and so quantity of food, I could eat as much as I wanted. There was no limitations in terms of how much I could eat. Quality of food, again, was a 5-star because, again, I was eating the foods that I wanted to eat because these are the things that I really like and really wanted to show you guys the recipes for. So there weren't really limitations upon, you can eat this vegetable but not this one, you can eat this potato but not this rice, blah, blah, blah. It really worked out really well. So both of those were a 5 for sure. Ease of diet. So I should not say diet, I should say challenge. So ease of challenge. I really did just give this 4 stars. And the reason is because the food wasn't an issue at all, but that was only part of the challenge. That actually was like the secondary part of the challenge. The ease of exercising every single day it wasn't more difficult than I expected it to be, but it was definitely difficult in terms of I'm not one of those type of people that's just going to get up and go for a jog every day. My lung capacity doesn't work like that. I can't. But also, I'm just not interested in doing that. I really do like variety in terms of when I'm exercising. I want to do something different from one day to the next. And then I want to have easy exercises to fall back on the days I'm feeling really lazy. I want to just go ride my bike for 30 minutes and ride like 10 to 12 miles and then just be done. But to do more intense exercises on the days that I feel like it. But actually making sure that got done every day was definitely a little bit of a challenge, which is good. That was part of it. That was definitely something that I was hoping to overcome, and I did. So I did exercise every single day of all 30 days of this challenge, which is pretty cool because even with any of the challenges that I had done in the past, like the potato challenge, obviously would be no rice. Well, I had, what was that? Sushi one night. And so that was with rice, that wasn't with a potato. So, all of the diets, there were little things here and there that weren't quite right that I did that I shouldn't maybe have done. And this one I actually got 100% on. I did exercise every single day. So I'm really hopeful that continues to be part of my lifestyle now. That was the goal. Sustainability, I went ahead and gave this a 5. But like I've told you guys, we're not really going to know whether or not this is something sustainable till like a month down the road, 2 months, 3 months down the road, whether or not I'm still exercising. And I don't necessarily think that exercising every single day is necessary in order for this to be considered sustainable. I would aim for 5 to 6 days of the week and have one day where didn't exercise, no big deal. So basically, I'm going to give it a 5 because at this point right now, I'm feeling really good about this. I can't say that I enjoy exercising yet, but it definitely seems like it's just part of my overall, just got to get up and get it done. Or before I go to bed, just got to do it. It's just part of life now. So that's really awesome. Effectiveness. So I gave this 4.5 stars, and this really was effective, I do believe. But I'm not sure, I don't think it was probably 5-star effective because I didn't really maybe, I didn't lose like 20 pounds. I didn't do, I'm not lifting 200 pounds in weights or anything like that, but I'm definitely able to get my body moving now when I wasn't really before. So I did want to put up this screenshot for the Insanity Fit Test. So I did my final fit test for the end of the month, and as you guys can see, I went from being able to do switch kicks, are where you jump up in the air with one leg and then the other leg, and when you've done both of those, that counts as one. So I was able to do that 46 times, which I started at 28, so that's pretty good. I definitely have gained some strength in my body doing that. The power jacks are basically, you have your you start with your legs spread and you have your arms down on your legs and you jump up into a standing position with your arms up in the air. I went from being able to do 24 when I started to being able to do 38 of those. power knees are where you kind of stand a little bit of an angle, and basically your arms and your hands are about shoulder height in front of you, and you drive your knee up and you bring your hands down at the same time, and they kind of meet at your belly button in the middle. I went from being able to do 42 of those to being able to do 70, which is pretty good. And actually, I do those 30 seconds and 30 seconds, so each of these exercises was for a full minute. And I do those 30 seconds one direction and 30 seconds the other direction, just because that makes sense to me to exercise both directions. They don't do that on the video, but that's what I do. Power jumps, that is basically where you are in a standing position and you jump up and you bring your hands down and slap your knees while your hands are up in the air. And that is exceptionally difficult for me. Like, I don't know if I'm just not very strong. I'm not actually sure what it is, but it's really, really hard for me to do that. But I did increase from being able to do 3 at the beginning to being able to do 10 now. My 10 are kind of a little bit sloppy still. They're not exactly perfect, with both knees exactly up in the air, exactly the same spot and that kind of thing. So, but it is definitely an improvement over where I started. And then the globe jumps are basically, there's 4 pieces to that exercise. You start in one position, you jump back, you jump over to the left, you jump forward, you jump back to the right, and your arms are swinging the whole time you do that. And so I went from being able to do 7 of those to being able to do 9 of those. They're actually really labor intensive, and you're actually on your last exercise when you do it, so kind of wearing out at that point. But so that, I mean, obviously I'm getting more physically fit if I'm able to do those things better than I was a month ago, as well as I did do measurements. So I measured both arms around my bust line, above my belly button, below my belly button, and both thighs. I'm not exactly sure if those are the perfect measurements that you're supposed to take, but those are the ones that I did. And overall, between all of the different areas, I lost about 3.5 inches. So of the areas that I lost in, some areas I didn't lose anything in, but of the areas that I did lose in, you add that all up, I lost about 3.5 inches. So that's actually pretty good, I think. I'm not 100% sure, but it seems to be like that would be good. So basically, in terms of effectiveness, I am more capable of doing the same exercise in a better manner and for longer, and I did lose inches. So that's pretty cool. I did not lose any weight. In fact, the scale is up by 2 pounds. So that is not necessarily a bad thing, though. It's just hopefully I'm gaining some muscle, I hope. But anyway, overall, this challenge would get 4.75 stars, and that means that it's about a 95%. That's definitely the best that I've had on any challenge so far. But again, I was able to choose the foods that I wanted and the amount that I wanted, so that wasn't very difficult. And it's definitely something that I think should be sustainable, but I'm not 100% sure about that. So that's it for me for the exercise challenge, guys. I need to decide what I'm going to do next, because I really am struggling with what exactly it is that I want to do. So I will be back with you guys again in a day or so and let you know what it is that's going on and what the next challenge will be. So I'll talk to you guys again soon.